coming up in today's 500 player battle. Very nice fighting going on here. The IPL holding firm. The Hospitalis holding firm. Almagarven look to be a bit more aggressive. The BRE is pushing hard on the left side. No one to contest them. And the rest of the coalition is engaging over here. Infantry, archers and the cavalry. Two great armies are about to clash and will be right there. And I promise you now, the winner will be whoever's flank crumbles first. Here we are on today's battlefield. The first round of many. It is the Bretonnian army forming up here ever so nicely versus the coalition army. Also forming up ever so nicely at the beginning of this first round. There will be, no doubt, an epic clash. Let's have a look at who we have on both teams. So here we have the Moor clan playing as the archers, CI on the cavalry. The SV CI clan infantry. Moving out already is the Hospitaller Knights. The Bretonnian Brion infantry. The IPL Knights on foot. Looks like with the VSC coming up here with the round shields, the black round shields of the barbarians. The Moor clan acting as archers today. And looks like the CI also have some archers today. And over here is more members of the CI, the Knights of Santiago, I believe their name is. I might have butchered that name. And here we have the Almagarvers of the red and yellow. We'll have a look at a few more units as we go. We want to see where they head off to. It is the C objective. Oh, it looks like Baston. Lord Berman, the Baston himself, is on the battlefield on the Coalition of Clans side. Straight into this first round. The Coalition Cavalry is making their way up. Oh, is making their way up towards the C objective. Let's get an overview, see what we can see. So, as you can see, there's a lot of water in the center of this map. It's a very open map, very open. That's great for cavalry, not so great for archers. And there's these small hills on either side of the center of the map, which will offer some sort of cover when marching, facing against archers. But ultimately, it is a very open map. So both the armies are going to be racing up here towards the C objective, which is on the left. It appears the cavalry are already engaged. I missed that, sorry, I was looking at the objective. So the BRE cavalry and the CI cavalry are fighting. One horse person, two people have already been on horse. The horses have been killed or they've been knocked off. It looks like the BRE are the first to reach the high ground. Aquitaine in the yellow and blue leading the way. And here comes the Hospitallers now, also leading the way for the coalition. The armies begin to form up. Arrows begin to fly. The Heremolt archers in the green cloaks. The BRE standard archers in the mixed colours of the different houses. The IPL in the red shields closest to the camera now. The armies begin to form. I will put the friendly troop banners on after the first round, but for the first round, let's do it without the friendly troop banners. Beginning to form up. The coalition have got a nice amount of people over there on the far right side of the coalition line. The coalition line is looking quite slim. And as the Artenois and the rest of the BRE are pushing forward, everyone is going in on this small area of the coalition line. The right side of the coalition army has also had to come in. They're now being circled by Gascony in the red and blue on the far right. The Heremolt archers have moved to the right hand side as well. The CI in the white shields have moved to the far right. The main battle is here. Looking at it here, it's very contested all the way up the battlefield. Very nice fighting going on here. The IPL holding firm. The Hospitalis holding firm. Almagarven look to be a bit more aggressive, fighting against Langui here. Langui seems to be pushing through slightly. Brion in the white shields fighting against Castan in the blue. Aquitaine versus Baston here. A very nasty fight. Baston an aggressive unit. Aquitaine's quite a defensive one. Here on the right hand side, let's have a look what's going on. It's quite even. The archers are helping the Bretonnian side, making it hard for the coalition infantry to advance. And looks like the infantry on this left side have been defeated. The archers are going to be easy targets. Let's have a look at the main line. We don't want to watch it. Oh, it looks like the Bretonnians have broken. Completely broken. And the right side of the Bretonnian line, Montfort included, my unit, have been snatched away from the rest of the fight. And it looks like the coalition are rolling up this line just here. The Moor archers in the right hand side there supporting the infantry. The Bretonnians are breaking. The Bretonnians are breaking. To me, the Bretonnians are broken. With a 30 advantage now against them. The numbers seem to be dropping for Bretonnia. Can't really see what's going on, but I can understand. We have the archers here running away now from the VSC black shields. A couple of cavalry still remaining. The fight is not over yet. There's only a 25 difference in it. It looks like some of the BRE are consolidated. They kind of pushed back a little bit in the centre there. But the archers coming here with some of the CI infantry are curling round. BRE are now fighting for their lives. It's almost like there's a unit missing from the numbers that's left on the battlefield. It feels like a unit's missing, but it's too late. It's snowballing right now. And this battle goes to the coalition of clans. And here we are on the second round. It is around 250 soldiers spawn in and join their units in preparation. And we're moving up to the A objective, which is on the hillside to the left-hand side. The coalition move out, led by the SVCI and the Hospitalers. It is the high ground. They've got to get up there quickly. As I said before, it's a very flat terrain, making it a nightmare for archers and a paradise for cavalry. Speaking of cavalry, here is the Bretonnian knights now moving up. A couple of squires in there. They're the ones with the backpacks carrying the supplies of their lords as they go into battle. But anyway, let's get a better look over here. Aquitaine leading the way, followed by the Dukedom of Montfort. This is all the BRE clan. And looks like there's going to be a clash very early on. The shields begin to come out. Arrows haven't even started firing yet, and we're almost in melee range. The Bretonnians have taken the high ground. Arrows beginning to fly. The units are coming in drips and drabs. This is no good. They need to be a unit, a solid unit, like the Bretonnians are now. The Herimont archers firing away, shooting across at their archers. Oh, looks like all of the coalition archers are over here. All of the coalition archers. That's a lot of firepower. Shooting at the top of the hill. The CI moving up, along with the Knights of Santiago. Over on the left side, I can see Artenois and Langui moving up the hill for slightly further. Paravon, first to engage, but they're being called back. The Almagavers aren't going to have any of that, though. They're chasing. They're putting up chase. Baston, both yellow shields are now chasing. It looks like the coalition are going to hit the left side of the Bretonnian line first. I can't actually go any higher on this map. That is a bit of a nightmare for spectating. And they're going to get completely surrounded at the moment. It looks like the coalition CI have gone round this side. And the rest of the coalition is engaging over here. Not looking good for the Bretonnians for this first round. It looks like the unit of Mousselon is late to the party. They're coming now from the far right, but they might have arrived just in time to assist the Bretonnian left flank. The centre needs to hold. The Hospitalers and Brion fighting very nicely there against the Bretonnians. Aquitaine's found a wound. They've opened it. They're going through. Can it do enough to save the right flank of the Bretonnian army? They're doing very nicely here. Very nicely. The Bretonnians fighting tooth and nail at the top of this hill. Who will come out on top of the hill? It looks like the Bretonnians have about 30 less soldiers on the map. They did start with 30 less, so they need to close that gap. It's now 20. What a long battle line. And look, the left side has been pushed back. Baston, the Almagavers, Mousselon has saved the day. Pushing the left side. Now it's time to roll up this line. Roll up this line before the right side of the Bretonnian army falls. This could be a victory, or it could be a sad defeat. The centre is now nearly non-existent. The SVCI are going to probably, the Red Shields are probably going to, yep, that's it. They're absolutely monopolising on that open centre. And the right side of the Bretonnian army, unable to hold as the CI clan pushed them back down the hill. But there's a lot of deaths happening over here on the coalition side where the Bretonnians push round. No time to reform now. Mousselon, get in there. Good attempt on that left flank, but it's looking very unlikely that Bretonnians will take this one. Archers in the field, cavalry seeking them out. And this one, I'm afraid, is going to go to the coalition. They've got nearly double the numbers left on the battlefield. But what a close fight. Mousselon came. What an excellent saving of the left flank of the Bretonnians. I'd like to see that again. Very nice. But ultimately, those CI who went to the top of the hill and flanked round, they won their fight. And Bretonnia suffered the consequences. The centre wasn't strong enough. The right flank failed. Only the left side of the Bretonnian line won. It's a shame, because that was a good fight. Anyway, moving on to the next one. So here we are at the start of the third round. So it looks like here, Marechal. This is a brand new dukedom of Bretonnia. And so they're only a small unit for now. They probably have around 10 units, 10 soldiers altogether at least, because that's how many you need. You need at least 10 soldiers in a unit to be a unit, otherwise you have to join another one. But very good last round by the coalition. They fought well. They did have an advantage, and I believe now, looking at the scoreboard, It's 249 versus 244. Damn near perfect. I'll take that. Any more than 15, it gets a bit choppy for one side. And the coalition are ready for battle. And like I said before, we've got a very open map here. The Hospitaler's already moved out. Too excited there. I nudged my mouse. I mean, that's good of them. If they want to get there, set the pace of the game. I like it. I like it a lot. These are the Hospitaler Knights on foot. They look pretty damn badass. It's a very Templar vibe as they move into the centre of the map. The centre of the map, the B objective, surrounded by small pools of water. You are slow moving through these pools. There's the BRE cavalry. As you see there, not a very good example. But you are slow moving through those pools, but you can move through them. And look at that giant blob. Us, the coalition cavalry, already harassing the rear lines of the Bretonnians. Very nice to see. Very smart cav play. Look at that blob of units. 248 soldiers right there. Moving down. Aquitaine again in yellow. Moving up first. I will go over the dukedoms of Bretonnia next round. For now, let's watch them as they form up. We are now in the skirmish phase. Arrows are firing. Units are raising their shields and finding their final positions before the order for charge is given. Coalition cavalry harassing the back lines of Bretonnia there. Bretonnian cavalry looking to chase them down, stopping them from doing too much damage. The coalition line looking ever so nice, edging forward. Arrows flying. A lot of arrows today on the battlefield. But look how long that line of Bretonnia is. They're not in the water, that's for sure. And it looks like they're being aggressive and they're going in early. I like it. I like it a lot. Fighting has begun to start in the centre of the battlefield. Baston versus the Hospitalers and Brion. It looks like Caron here in the bottom left corner is moving to assist Langui in case those units do come round from the coalition through the pools. But they'll be slow moving, like I said before. Artenois stoic before they engage against Brion. The BRE is pushing hard on the left side. No one to contest them. Can they roll up this line? And can the right side hold? That is the question for this battle right now. And I promise you now, the winner will be whoever's flank crumbles first. Very nice. Artenois now dedicating to the fight. Holding off the BSC who are in the pools of water. Langui and Caron on the far right side. They need to hold that fight in the pools. Paravon in the rear of the coalition line. They can do a lot of damage, but there's a lot of archers harassing them, which may impede their rear charge. The centre seems to be holding for both lines at the moment. Looks like the Almogavers and the Knights of Santiago are having a bit of a hard time there, getting a little bit surrounded. Moving up the battle line, you can see Aquitaine has forged a bit of a hole, and I think soon they're going to exploit it, and that will be the end for the coalition. But the right side of the coalition seems to be doing pretty damn well. The VSC finally on some solid ground, but they're now facing the two-handed warriors of the Order of the Lake. That's going to be a tricky fight. This fight on the right side, it looks like the BRE are losing it, but it's a slow fight. That's what we want. Die slow. And it looks like the coalition, despite that earlier flank happening, they seem to be mitigating the damage quite well. Very impressive. There's not many of them against a bigger number of Bretonnians here, but they seem to be holding. And the main centre of the battle has still not broken just yet. But for me, the coalition have got 30 less men. The coalition line's surely going to break soon. Montfort moving out of the line for some reason. They've been told to go elsewhere. Probably to... Yeah, that's right. They've gone over to that right flank to make sure that the CI don't do any more damage than they already are doing. Now that the Bretonnian right flank has been defeated. Reinforcements have arrived in the form of Montfort. And now, yeah, for me that's a broken coalition line. They're falling backwards, the formations are splitting up, and the Bretonnians surge forward. A great round. Interesting round. I hope I captured enough for you guys. It's a very big mix of being able to see everything that's going on and commentating on it, but at the same time, you want to get down in the action as the banners fly overhead and the final warriors are slain. Let's move on to the next one. Here we are on the fourth round. Let's have a look at the different dukedoms of Bretonnia. So here we have is Gascony in the red and blue shields, led by Pepe. Paravon, we saw them earlier doing the flank very nicely, led by Elias. He was the commander of the last battle. Over here we have Mussolon, led by the American Norman. And who here we have? We have here Quinton, leading the blue and black Castan. The Herimalt archers forming up in the green cloaks. Langui, who's leading Langui? I can't see Langui's leader today. Artenois, the boar's head. I'm not sure who they're being led by today. I'll find out soon. Aquitaine being led by Jasper for this round. The Order of the Lake, the Pilgrim Warriors, who represent the Church of Bretonnia. We also have the King's unit, being led by Griffin, Caron in the red and blue. You can see here the King's bodyguards are on the battlefield today with their two-handed maces, the lion helmets. We've already seen Baston in the yellow. They've changed sides now. They were on the other side, but for balance reasons, they've moved over here. It's the C objective again on the top of the hill, and there's the coalition army. Look at that. That looks awesome, doesn't it? That long column of an army. Arrows beginning to fly already by the CI archers, forcing the Bretonnians to raise no shields early and move slower towards the objective. You're not going to kill anyone from this range, but it's enough to slow them down. IPL Knights on foot look like they're taking the left-hand side of the army. The Hospitalers, the SVCI and Breton are leading again and again every round. Oh, look how danger close this is already. The army is forming up so close to each other. The fighting's surely going to start here. Let's take a look from this point of view. Montfort seem to be quite squeezed up there. They need to, a bit too bunched up for my liking. The Bretonnians are scurrying to find their place in the battle line. So are the coalition. It's a lot easier to dictate what happens in the battle if it was me. Yeah, that's it. Looks like Caron on the far left side is pushing up already. Very nice. The order to charge has been given. There's a very heavy presence here on the right-hand side. Montfort, Artois and Baston look the lines look a bit thick for my liking. They need to spread out a little bit, otherwise they're just going to get surrounded. Here come the IPL Knights on foot, charging up the hill on the right-hand side. Langui's changed position. They're being chased by the Knights of Santiago. Don't ask me how I know where those are. The archers for the BRE are all on the left-hand side, being protected by the Knights of the King, Caron. The VSC notice that threat and are trying to get round towards those archers. I think they're going to get shot down. Let's have a look at the main battle. It looks like the Gasconians are curling round here, doing a lot of damage. As the Breton, the Almagavers and the Hospitalers are getting absolutely surrounded here. Aquitaine, a nice, long, sturdy battle wall there. Parabon, a bit more spread. Hopefully that doesn't open up a wound. It looks like the coalition are pushed through on the right-hand side, though. And this has a nasty fight going on here. This could be the loss for the Bretonnians. Losing so many men there, getting squashed. Montfort, Baston. I said they were too squeezed, too squashed up. But you can see a lot of the Bastonians have moved up. It's Montfort mainly that have been caught in there. The IPL are chasing off some infantry here, who are trying to chase down the... And here comes the cavalry! It looks like the coalition archers have made their way up onto the hill. A lot of targets for them. A lot of targets for them. But the Bretonnians seem to have the more of the numbers. They must have done so well on the left side of the Bretonnian army that it's given them the numbers now. If anyone from that crush of Montfort and Baston survive, there they are now. I can see them. The army seems to have swapped places now. There's been a complete rotation as one flank failed and the other one was successful. And it's just an all-out chaos right now. I can try and see what I can see. There's a lot of archers moving around the back rows of both sides. I'm guessing at this point the archers of Bretonnia and Coalition are going to be aiming for one another. There's an absolute skirmish here in the centre. It's not over yet. The Coalition, I've only got a 30 difference, but it was 40 a second ago, I'm sure. It's all about killing now. No, there's no way the Coalition can come back from this. Surely not. This round definitely goes to the Bretonnians. That was tense. It's hard to comment on all that. There was so much happening. The archers on the left of Bretonnia, the way the coalition was coming around the right-hand side of the Bretonnians, and the way Gascony curled out. I'd say the winners for that was Gascony. They curled round that left side. And because of that curl round, it managed to get a lot of kills in. And the centre of the coalition army started taking too many losses. Great round. Let's move on to the next one. So here we are on the 5th round. Coalition 2, Bretonnia 2. It is the B objective in the centre of the battlefield once again. Surrounded by the water, slowing down the approaches. The Bretonnian cavalry up in the far hills. It looks like both of those cavalry are going to be eyeing each other up, that's for sure. Looking for targets, easy targets, but also watching out for one another as the battle lines form again, once again. In the centre of the battlefield, the coalition have the objective. Not that that means much in the short scheme of things. But Breton, very aggressive, moved up very far, placing their shields on the ground. This is where we stand. The Bretonnian banner, flanked by the Almagavers and the VSC, against the menacing, long, Imperial, Kingdom of Bretonnia. Parabon first to go forward. They want to fight. Aquitaine second to go forward. The rest of the Bretonnian army shortly coming behind. Montfort in the centre there. The water is maybe not the option that the CI are going for this time, but the Knights of the IPL and the Maréchal are going up through the left-hand side. They're going to be slow moving up there. The CI this time on the far right side. The Bretonnian cavalry seem to be chasing off the coalition cavalry. And very nice change of target last second by the Knights, and that's given the momentum for Gascony here to charge forward. Order of the Lake in support. There's been a breakthrough. It looks like some of the Almagarvas have broken through, but it looks like that can be contained. There's a lot of movement here on the right-hand side. The SVCI are pushing forward hard against Aquitaine and the Artois. Baston also included. The Bastonian halberders, should I say. Brion fighting very close together there. Montfort in the centre. The VSC recoiled for a second charge. The VSC are looking to push through against Paravon here. Pushing through against Paravon here. Very nice fight. Now it's time. They've broken a hole in the Bretonnian centre. Troops can pour through if they can just seize the opportunity, but Castan and Mousselon seem to be doing quite well. Not much against them. The left side of Bretonnia is curling round. The main fight is here. Baston and Aquitaine still holding strong. Languille and Artois, Caron keeping the coalition off solid ground and in the water where it slows them down. This centre's an absolute mess though, but the VSC did very good to open up that wound. Bretonnia is losing by 10. Only by 10. This is anyone's game. They need to rally up on this left side and move back to this main fight. Brion finally getting whittled down by Baston. Montfort pushing up on the left. Archers from the coalition seem to be coming around here, and with this angle they can get some nice shots, some easy shots on these guys over here who are not facing them with their shields up. Bretonnia has taken the lead, but it's so close. It's so close. There's a lot of the more archers are here. Getting harassed by cavalry, of course. The cavalry know to go for archers. There's a lot of Bretonnian archers over there in the distance. Not a lot of infantry harassing them. The battle goes on. It's 63 versus 63. Coalition cavalry still on the battlefield. Bretonnian cavalry still on the battlefield. A nice amount of coalition here still fighting round, curling the battle line round. But you know what? There's not a battle line anymore. This is when it's the final part. There's only bloody 80 people left on the battlefield. We started with 500. Crikey me, 30 versus 31. There's nothing here tactical now. It comes to the individual soldiers working together, looking out for archers, looking out for cavalry. Tony of the CI. Shot after shot after shot. Will a cavalryman take him down? It looks to me like there's still a couple of CI cavalry on the battlefield. That's going to make the difference. I can't see any Bretonnian cavalry. None at all. 19 versus 21. I reckon the coalition have got it. 18 versus 19. I promise you now, it's these cavalrymen that are going to make the difference. Baston making some sort of formation. Spears out. There's a couple of archers though for the coalition. And those archers mixed with the cavalry at a difference. The big difference. 10 Bretonnians versus 15. Baston closing the gap. There's still a lot left. It's not enough. The coalition very well took this round when I thought Bretonnia might have it. But you never know what's going to happen. Just because they lost. The Bretonnia won that left flank. But that right side just did so well. And ultimately, it came down to having a few archers and a few cavalry left on the battlefield. And they could just get the kills that you need. If there's no cavalry to counter cavalry. Oh, I want to get on him. Oh, the final horse is dead. But if there's no cavalry to counter cavalry, they have just free reign on the whole battlefield. And that is probably what happened there. Very good round. Let's move on to the next one. Octave, my squire, came first. 3-2 to the coalition. The men march off to battle. Marechal and Brion from the BRE clan on the coalition side. It's the B objective again in the centre of the battlefield. On the flooded plains, the mountains, the backdrop. Enemies are on the move. The CI cavalry on the far left side going up onto the hills, probably to meet where the Bretonnian cavalry seem to be going every single time. Hospitalers moving out first once again. CI archers very close behind. They're going to start shooting soon, I reckon. They're very good at getting those early shots off. The Bretonnians though, a clump, a blob, an organised mess of discipline, steel, and pious warriors. Ooh. Arrows begin to fire from the CI as predicted. The CI cavalry have changed direction. I wonder why. Try not to move too much. The arrows are only deterring Bretonnia a little bit. Both sides are firing arrows. The lines begin to form. Montfort at the front. Brion and Hospitalers, they want to get stuck in straight away. I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing. The Bretonnian cavalry are coming down from the hills. The Hospitalers are moving very far up. There's not many of them. Will they do much? I don't know. The rest of the coalition army is now here. The fighting has begun in the centre. Montfort, take the initiative. What is the rest of the Bretonnians going to do? Montfort might get taken down there in that centre. Aquitaine joined them. Castan, Baston, Mousselon, Paravon, Artenoir, Gascony, the Order, Caron holding that right flank once again. The cavalry skirmishing in the hills. Archers firing. It looks like Artenoir is doing very well. It's a very nice push here on Bretonnia's right, on the coalition left. This main battle line though, let's get a look at this. Let's see what's going on. Almagarve is fighting against Baston. Brion fighting against my unit, Montfort. The SVCI scrapping with Aquitaine. The fierce Castan fighting against the CI. Mousselon there as well. Gascony, very nice line, fighting against the Knights of Santiago. The shock units of the Order of the Lake. Spread out, but that's how they like to fight. Paravon seems to have more that they can shoot here, but looks like the Bretonnian Knights have just came in through the side of the coalition flank and done a nice charge there, weakening them a bit. It looks like... What's going on over here? It looks like they're weakening here on the Bretonnian side, but Artenoir have made their way through. Artenoir have made their way through. Come on, pull back in. Langui as well. Langui very spread out there, but they're fighting the archers now. The archers are taken out of play for now. Baston curling round with Artenoir. Montfort holding their ground. Aquitaine reeling backwards a little bit there. Castan and Mousselon having a bad time. Having a really bad time. But they're pulling back. They're pulling out of that fight. They're pulling out of that fight. Archers here on the left flank. IPL seem to be coming round to try and get closer to them, but it's hard to charge archers if there's not many of you. Paravon doing their best on that left flank for the Bretonnians. What a line. What a battle line. Over here, though, Bretonnians are getting some footing. But what's happening here? The archers on the far right are shooting as the Bretonnia is pushing. The archers over on that right side are getting some easy shots. You can actually see some of them ignoring the infantry in their faces of the coalition archers, and they're still shooting because that's how easy those targets are if they're exposed. It's 140 Bretonnians versus 120 coalition. Bretonnia is pulling away. It looks like Bretonnia is getting the kills. It looks like the coalition archers have been taken out of the game. I can't even see the Bretonnian archers. Oh, they're on the far side assisting. Paravon still getting whittled down here. Whittled down. They're pulling backwards. Looks like coalition is winning here on the left-hand flank. But Mousselon has regrouped and moving over to the left. Aquitaine, Montfort pushing. The right side of the coalition has been destroyed. The left side pushed through eventually against Paravon there and the Order. But it was too little too late. Great round again. Oh, these are great rounds. I hope you're really enjoying this new form of video. Using that little red circle to help you see what I'm talking about really makes a big difference. Lord Hubold of Gascony, the Lord of Gascony, is fighting here. A duel. Ah, oh, no honour. No honour in war. Let's move on to the next one. Here we are. On the 7th round, it's 3-3. Both teams even. The A objective, high in the hills. It's worth mentioning, I can't go any higher than this, so if the fighting comes up here, it's going to be hard to spectate. There's the coalition army down there, forming up, preparing to move out. And just down here, you can see the dots. Down the bottom of this hill is 248 players, 248 warriors. Formed up. The army of Bretonnia, the world's deadliest medieval army. You've got to remember, there's 248 players here, but we've also got 2 units on the other team. There must be around 270 Bretonnians on the battlefield in total. A lot of people to organise. If you're interested in joining Bretonnia or any of the other clans, you can find them on the internet. But of course, if you want to fight with me, you want to fight with the mighty Bretonnia in the kingdom, the details are in the description. Bretonnia moves up the hill onto the higher ground. The coalition not far behind. It looks like the Bretonnian cavalry are already making their way onto the plains to harass anyone who is being caught out. This is pretty much what cavalry do. I don't always watch it because you sometimes miss what's going on. But what they're doing here is they're looking for an archer unit or unsuspecting unit that's not watching. Trust me, they're watching. But sometimes you can just you get someone unlucky. And it looks like the coalition cavalry are coming down to frighten off the BRE. Get away from our army, they're saying. Get away. They're curling round, chasing the Bretonnian cavalry off, up into the hills. Let's get in there. Hospitality's here first, straight away. The CI archers already firing once again. Trademark. Mousselon first to the point this time. Nice to see. The armies are forming up. A tree is in my way. Here we go. Not a lot to say, much different. Arrows begin to fly as the skirmish phase has begun. The Bretonnians are formed up. Gascony on the far left side. The leader of this army, just so you know, is this chap here. Hubold. I haven't said the leader of the Bretonnian army today is Sir Hubold of Gascony. He's just telling the Bretonnians where to go. And he's told the whole army to advance. And they are advancing. Looks like they're shifting right a little bit. Up the hill. I don't want to do too high up the hill. It's hard to see what's going on. SBCI make the initiative. And they go forwards alongside the Almogavers and the IPL, pushing the left-hand side of the curve, the Bretonnian line. Looks like the coalition are falling back a little bit on the left. The main battle is well on the way as the centre just stare at each other for now, but the CI push forward. Very nice. The Bretonnians are being swamped over here, but the cavalry came to assist. Baston is coming to help them as well over there. Hopefully that can stem the bleeding. The main battle is on the way. All right. It looks like the coalition are almost curling around here. Going to give Castan a hard time. CI fighting against Musalon and Aquitaine. Archers danger close in the melee, trying to stay away out of the sight of the cavalry's eyes. It looks like Montfort, my unit, on the far right hand flank, doing the damage. Got to kill them quicker before they go around. Hopefully they can curl around and snowball, roll up that back line. And looks like the BRE left flank has been saved by Baston. Baston have now done the killing, and then they are going to come in to the flanks of the coalition. They're going to roll up the left side. And Montfort are going to roll up the right. Get back in the fight. Very spread over here. Not doing a lot. The archers are going to start shooting them now. Brion struggling to maintain the left flank of the coalition line. The CI desperately fighting. Spears are out. Aquitaine holding a strong centre. The VSC are pushed through once again. The VSC are very good at doing that. SVCI is struggling with the IPL. Fighting on two fronts almost. My Squire Octave runs through the battlefield. Oh, it's a snowball. 170 Bretonnians left. 95 coalition. If I'd say what happened there, golly, I feel like the attack or the coalition pushing up on that right side, it looked impressive, but Baston stemmed the bleeding very nicely, allowing the flank to fail, and ultimately it looked like just the kills were on the favour of the Bretonnians. Very good battle. Moving on to the next one. Here we are on the next round. Bretonnia, full of vigour, already moving out very quickly to the objective. It is the C objective, which is up on the left-hand side. Cavalry already seem to be playing with one another as both armies race to see who they can get onto the hill first. Normally, though, the way it works is they both arrive at the same time. And by the trajectory that they're going on, they're both going to meet right here at the bush. Here's some of the... looks like the CI are firing their arrows early, as per usual. Bretonnia holding on to their arrows. The leader of the army making his way up the hill, seeing when they're going to arrive. But this is what they see. They don't see. They can only see the flags first. Sounds to me like cavalry are fighting behind me. There they are. The army's forming up as always. My favourite part of the battle, the skirmish phase, as the units take their formation. Let's watch them take their formations. Looks like the coalition might be quite aggressive here. Almogavers, they were being aggressive, but they changed their mind now they've taken a few arrows. Looks like the CI aren't messing around on the right hand side. They're pushing up hard on this right side. I wonder if the commander's seen that. He might not have seen it. Oh, he's seen it now though. He's seen it now. Looks like Coron are going to mess with them. Langui on the right hand side. The coalition are going to push hard on that right hand side. The main centre is engaged. It looks like the BRE are very strong in the centre, but are very bunched up. That can be dangerous. The Order of the Lake moving now to the right-hand side of the battlefield, probably to help the right side. The right side, it's all about that right side right now. If the coalition can push hard enough on the right, they'll win. And it looks to me like you have Montfort and Paravon on the far left side. Archers for both teams are just behind their battle lines. Cavalry are still playing with one another. I can hear them. And it looks to me at this side are having a bit of a hard time. Paravon are fighting against the IPL Knights. Numbers very matched. Montfort also fighting against the SVCI. Musalon helping push from Montfort here. The SVCI are in trouble. Castan quite aggressively pushed up. There's a wound opened up here. Oh my god, what's going on? Baston and Aquitaine are pushed around here. Fighting now against the VSC. There's two fights. Looks like the bloody coalition did a very good job pushing up here. But there's a lot of spread fighting here. No formations in sight. With no formation, there's no oomph to your charge. There's no oomph to your push. 160 coalition remaining. They've lost a lot of men. And I reckon that push, that crack in the centre of the lines did it. A lot of people were lost, but it's not over yet. The coalition are gaining. But oh, look at this push here. The formations of Paravon and Gascony pushing very nicely. They're running away. Why are you running? Running away. That's it. The enemy general is fleeing. Oh, that's it. It's over for Vagan. You can't run away. I mean, I get why they did it, but if you're running at any point, it means you're losing. I mean, there's a 40 difference in it at the moment. I don't see anyone coming back now from the coalition side. They had it all. Just that right charge was very aggressive, and it was good. It was good, but the Bretonnians dedicated to Yulanghi and Coron, and then the order came over, and they were able to stretch out that right flank. It was very heavy, very aggressive work by the coalition, and it didn't pay off. That's a real shame. And then Paravon and Montfort on that left side, and then I'm not sure who broke through the centre. Castan and someone else made it into 2 fights, and a lot of damage was done. A lot of damage was done. Good fighting by everyone.
Hands up, form up, and push. Hold. Shift right, shift right, shift right. Let Bretonnia take care of them. Keep shifting. And push here.
Oh my glory, I'm
Get her. Shield wall. Yes, like that.